Welcome back. Yes, the excitement levels are peaking, and we want you to stay with us for this weekend's major big screen release. Of course, JP is our plug-in, and he got one more interview with the actor behind the new, I'm going to say, super villainous counterweight to the very genre-heavy hitters of Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm talking about Emma Corrin, introduces Cassandra Nova, the evil twin sister to Professor Charles Xavier, bent on twisting the duo to her existence-threatening designs. We're messing with reality, yo.
Oh, yes, of course. And I mean, the Emmy-nominated young star of series The Crown tells JP about their fears under the wing of decades-established Jackman and Reynolds, and how they found their Cassandra Nova. And let's sink our claws into another Deadpool and Wolverine exclusive.
Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
Emma Corrin.
Hi.
Hey, congratulations, Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's a big guy.
Does it feel like that yet? Like, has it dawned on you?
I think it has. I think doing the first stop we did, the press stop in Berlin, I think Marvel fans are like no other kind of fan. I mean, they're really in it, and it's amazing. I've never had that kind of energy around me before, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I watched a couple of your interviews, and it's sweet to see that you say there's sort of like a newfound appreciation for like you said, the community, the world that those people share.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's been a really nice thing to discover. Yeah, I didn't really grow up watching Marvel films, so it's something I've come to quite recently, and kind of wish I had, because I feel like I've missed out on a whole lot of stuff that everyone else has been.
Okay, you got a lot of catching up to do. You have like
I've got a lot of catching up to do. It's quite an intimidating watch, but you know what? I've got the rest of my life.
Yes, and then maybe we'll catch you as a villain again and again and again. Who knows? So the average person would be forgiven for looking at your body of work, your impressive body of work, and thinking, well, you know, stalking Scottish hillsides and palace cabin fever. So now you're a superhero villain in an action movie. How do you find yourself in Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm not really sure how I ended up here, but Sean Levy had a lot to do with it. Sean came over, I was in a play, and he came over to the UK and sort of pitched the hell out of this film for me. And I remember him sitting down and he said, you know, like, are you familiar with the universe? How much do I need, like, what kind of pitch do I need to do? And I said, no, I know nothing. You need to really start from scratch. And he was like, okay. But I think what really got me is that they wanted this villain to be unlike anything that this universe had really seen before. They wanted her to be quite disarmingly nice and unexpected, and just a little bit odd, and I guess more human than other villains had possibly been before. And I really liked that element. I found that like a concept I could really get my head around and my teeth into, which was really cool.
Personally, for me, like I don't know if you've had brushes with it just yet. You've got a lot of catching up to do, but like I really appreciated Christian Bale in the last Thor movie, where there's, yeah, of course you can see this in a couple of villains in movies, but there's a torment at the heart of it, which almost makes the villain feel a bit more dangerous, not necessarily shame, you know, kind of thing. So did you have models that you were working with to come up with Cassandra Nova? Other maybe villains, real or imagined?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And I really like what you said about sort of that human side of them, that vulnerability. And I think that you do get to see that for Cassandra in this film. There's that world that she comes from and the relationship with her brother being Charles Xavier and everything that he's accomplished and the savior that he is in his world. And I think the fact that she doesn't feel like she could ever live up to that, so sort of become the villain. And I found that something I could really sort of play with, and a really interesting thing to explore. And in terms of references, Ryan came in with the reference of Christoph Waltz's character in Inglourious Bastards. He sort of sits down at that table and is really just like normal because he's wearing the uniform and he doesn't have to pretend to be evil. He doesn't have to put on this sort of evil front. And it's even more scary. It makes it more sinister. And then sort of working from that, I explored I found Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka quite an interesting one because I think he has that sort of same unpredictability about him.
It's a hard read of a human being.
It's a hard read. I think that's what they were going for, sort of hard read.
Which that unknown is its own scariness. To be cliche, but it makes perfect sense. And actually quite prescient if you consider, say, modern day politics. It's like, is it the nice guy who's the good guy?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know anymore. Yeah, exactly.
Holding thumbs and whatever else. In terms of that sort of unknown, there was another thing that I felt was quite sweet that you said that I feel as someone who's a millennial. You mentioned like imposter syndrome. You're with these gigantic names. You're with Hugh Jackman. You're with Ryan Reynolds, and you're bringing back. So for me, most important is the stalwart that Hugh Jackman is. Tell me he's a complete sweetie to work with, obviously.
I think he's widely regarded as the nicest man in Hollywood, if not the world, I think. And I'd heard that going into it, and I can just say, like, triple confirm. And Ryan as well, and also Sean Levy, the director. We sort of had this triple threat of the nicest guys imaginable. And you're right, I felt a lot of imposter syndrome. Not only are they incredible actors in their own right, but they also have been playing these parts. I mean, Hugh's been playing this part for 24 years. So, you know, they have a grip on their characters. Yes, they're still finding all these new elements to them, but they have their teeth into their characters to such an extent. And, you know, here I am, having never done a film like this, having not really watched many Marvel films, and also, you know, starting with a character from scratch. So it could have been really scary, and they made it feel really comfortable, and like there was no pressure. And yeah, I had a great time.
Well, from scratch, you put your teeth, your claws, and everything into it. It's a very impressive addition, and you can be very proud that you fit right in. So hey, maybe you'll be a villain again in the future. Again, congratulations on Deadpool and Wolverine. Emma Corrin, fantastic stuff, and everyone should go and watch you. Ciao.